Hello everyone. Hope you're all doing okay. This is Spider-Man back. Today I'm going to talk about the difference between the poverty gospel versus the prosperity gospel, and ultimately why both of them suck and aren't true. Alright, let's start out with the poverty gospel. Basically, the poverty gospel tells you that you have to be poor to be righteous, that you can't have good things in this life. You have to wait until you die and go to heaven to experience kingdom life and to see God's best. And that you're more spiritual for choosing to be poor than being rich. And it also tells you that it also tells you that if you get rich, you'll go to hell. The reason why all of that is false is because none of that stuff is true. Like, you don't have to be poor to be righteous. You don't have to be poor to go to heaven. You don't have to be poor to do good things. And you don't have to be poor to stay to keep your integrity. And the last thing, you don't have to be poor to experience kingdom life. Because in the kingdom, there is no poverty. Like in God's kingdom, you experience God's best regardless. Not because we demand it, but more so because our God is a loving God, and everything He does for us, He does out of love, out of the kindness of His heart. In other words, everything He gives each and every one of us is out of the kindness of His heart. He doesn't want you to be poor, and He doesn't want you to be miserable. Now, let's get into the prosperity gospel. The reason why the prosperity gospel... Alright, first, this is what the prosperity gospel says. The prosperity gospel says your spirituality is tied to your wealth. That everything is for you. That what's the other one? I forgot what the other one was. Oh, that your wealth means that you're better than everyone else, and that it means you're allowed to do things other than everyone else. The reason why the prosperity gospel sucks and is not true is because prosperity is not all for you. Like, the reason why God gives you prosperity is because really it's His money, and He gives it to you for stewardship so that you can use it to serve and help other people, His people. Look after the poor, be kind and merciful to them, help those in need, do good, make a difference, make kingdom impact on life. Not so that you can hoard it all for yourself and fatten yourself. And what's the word? Fatten yourself with all the riches of the world. And it's not all for you because He wants to use you to help people. But that doesn't mean you have to be poor and give everything away. Like, not all of it is for you, but that doesn't mean God just gives you what... That doesn't mean God gives you riches just so that you can give it all away and go back to being poor. That's not what that means. That's not what it's for. God wants you to have wealth so that you can enjoy your life and live kingdom life and be happy, but he also wants to use you and use your wealth to help other people as well. It's like you're doing everyone else a favor. It's like by you prospering, you're doing not only yourself a favor, but everyone else a favor too. Yourself and the people around you. And do not believe the lies that money is evil. That's not true. Money is neutral. The only problem is when you fall in love with the money. The Bible warns us not to fall in love with it. Because when you do that, then that's when you start doing evil things. And then that's when you start lying, cheating, and stealing just to get it. Screwing people over to get it. God cares about righteousness. He doesn't want you screwing people over just to maximize your profits and to get even richer. And he doesn't want you hoarding things because we're supposed to share and be generous in the kingdom. Kingdom life is supposed to be fun and fulfilling and abundant and happy. Not only for yourself, but for those around you. He wants everybody to feel fulfilled and satisfied. He doesn't want anybody to be poor or miserable or sad. He wants to look after everybody. And he does that through us, his people. Which is why he gives us wealth. He wants everybody to be happy and to receive what they need and to be taken care of. He does not want anybody to be screwed over or neglected. He cares about us. Matter of fact, he gives us this wealth out of the kindness of his heart. Like I said, all of this, everything that he does out of the kindness of his heart. He doesn't want you to see him as a means to get riches or wealth. Because then that's when we start viewing him as a genie. But that's not what he is. He's a loving father. And he gives us everything that we desire. And he gives us the people we care about and everything out of the kindness of his heart. He wants everybody to be happy. He's not some genie in a lamp that you just rub and you just wish or pray for whatever you want. He does this out of the kindness of his heart. That's the problem with the prosperity gospel. The prosperity gospel has conditioned us to look at God like a genie as a means to financial gain, when that's not at all the truth either. Now, it's time for the real gospel. The real gospel is neither of those. The real gospel is the kingdom that Jesus preached, the kingdom that Adam lost in the garden. That is what this whole thing is about. That is why Jesus came. He came to reestablish the kingdom that Adam lost. Adam did not lose a religion. He lost a kingdom. When the kingdom left the planet, then that's when the world became corrupt and fallen. God came to reestablish his kingdom on this planet and to bring back kingdom life. He came to bring back the kingdom life that we lost. That's how it was in the beginning, before the fall. This is what God cares the most about. And this is why he sent his son. Not only so that we could be saved through his salvation, but also so that we could be brought back in right standing with the Father. So that we could be reinstated into his kingdom, get our citizenship back, and so that we could experience kingdom life. This is what God cares about. This is his priority. This is why he says in Matthew 6:33, do not worry about your life. Don't worry about what you need, what you're going to drink, or what you're going to wear. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and be in right standing with Him, and everything you need will be added to you. Because in the kingdom, there is no stress, there is no worry, there is no anxiety, there is no fear. In the kingdom, there is no poverty. In the kingdom, He is personally responsible for you. He's responsible. Jesus, God the Father, the King, is personally responsible for you and your well-being, which means anything you feel like you're lacking in your life, whether it's financial needs, a spouse, a job or a career, I won't say job, career, children, anything you feel like you need or you're lacking, do not worry about that. And do not try to go after all those things yourself. Just get to Him, enter His kingdom, and be in right standing with Him, and He is personally responsible for you, and He will take care of your needs. Don't go chasing after what you need. Instead, go after Him, and He is going to be responsible for taking care of your needs. This is how it works in the kingdom. This is what Jesus came to reestablish. This is what Adam had in the garden. This is why Adam did not pray for a wife when he didn't have one in the garden. Because he was already in the kingdom. All he was doing was being faithful to what God called him to do, and then God took care of him and gave him a wife. This is how it is in the kingdom. We don't chase after what we need. Instead, we chase after and pursue the King and do what He calls us to do, and then He takes care of our needs. That is why we're here. This is kingdom life. Alright, I'm gonna go now. I hope this helps. Take care. This is Spider-Man signing out. Peace.